Some incredible daredevils just couldn't resist the urge to test the limits of their superhuman capabilities. So they go to great lengths just to beat other people's world records, or sometimes even their own. And with over 40,000 existing records in the Guinness database to date, you'd be surprised at the bizarre achievements some people have unlocked. Prepare to be amazed and confused by these 10 craziest world records ever. What's up, Facnatics? This is Discovery Amuse, serving up your daily dose of the most outrageous, outlandish, and out-of-this-world fun facts. Stay tuned, because you wouldn't believe our #1 world record even existed, let alone conquered. We're not worthy! Now, let's make way for this league of extraordinary record breakers. Number 10, fastest wheelie bin. Yep, your eyes are not fooling you. That's an actual wheelie trash bin speeding along a runway. And as of September 2020, it's officially the fastest one on the planet. British engineer Andy Jennings transformed his garbage bin into a mean green racing machine by retrofitting a motorbike engine and parts of a mobility scooter. The record-breaking event happened in Elvington Airfield, where Jennings attempted to set the record along with fellow speed junkies who vied for the title of the world's fastest toilet, fastest wheelchair, and fastest garden shed. Jennings achieved an impressive 42 miles per hour, which is as fast as a speeding coyote. But before you dismiss his antics as nothing but a crazy attempt at publicity, there's actually a deeper purpose behind it. Building the world's fastest wheelie bin was actually the brainchild of his buddy Ben Ellis, who suffers from a neurological disorder caused by a work accident in 2015. With his world record, Jennings hopes to raise awareness and funding for Ellis's rehabilitation. Pretty cool. And because of that, I will never look at dumpsters and trash bins the same way again. Keep watching, because our #1 pick really shot for the moon with his record attempt. But did he land among the stars? Find out soon. Number 9, longest teenage hair. When she was 6 years old, Nilanshi Patel had a bad experience with a hairdresser. She hated her haircut so much that she was practically scarred for life. Since then, she avoided haircutting shears and razors like the plague and decided to be a real-life Rapunzel. In 2018, 16-year-old Nilanshi finally scored the world record for the longest hair on a teenager, with her locks measuring a luxurious 170.5 centimeters, and she broke her own record twice over the last 2 years, when her hair grew to 190 centimeters in 2019 and 200 centimeters in 2020. So you better keep a safe distance once she starts whipping her hair back and forth. With so much hair to tend to, you'd think she makes for a terrible roommate, but Nilanshi's gorgeous mane is actually pretty low maintenance.
Once a week I wash my hair, and it takes half an hour to dry and 1 hour to comb my hair.
Number 8, tallest mohawk. While being a tall person sure has its perks, it also has some downsides to it, like constantly hitting your head on things. What more when you've got 4 feet of hair standing on top of your head? But that didn't stop Minnesota man Joseph Grissamore from beating the world record for having the tallest full Mohican mohawk known to man.
You know, I'm 6'1" to begin with, so with an extra 4 feet on top of me, makes it a little challenging to get through a door, get into a car, but it's just fun to have it up.
It's hard to miss Grissamore in the middle of a crowd, what with that mohawk towering at a hair-raising height of 42.5 inches. He initially attempted to snatch the title in 2007. However, he was hesitant to shave the sides of his hair back then, but look at him now, using it to impress the ladies.
That's right, but check this out, Kelly. See that?
I mean, oh my gosh, I love you!
The dude's got swagger, I'll give him that. Number 7, longest underwater breath hold. The average person can hold their breath underwater for up to 2 minutes max. That statistic obviously doesn't include me. But Spanish freediver Alex Vendrell is no average human. Heck, he's virtually a real-life Aquaman, sans the trident.
One true king.
Vendrell achieved his breathtaking feat in February of 2016 during the 17th Mediterranean Dive Show in Barcelona. After inhaling pure oxygen for a couple of seconds, Vendrell went ahead playing dead on the surface of the water. Or maybe he was meditating, I couldn't tell. And after the 24-minute, 3-second mark, Vendrell emerges from the water without even looking at a breath. If you're looking to follow in his footsteps, here's a piece of advice from the master freediver himself.
Work into your mind state, do all your stretching routines, work on your pH control, work on your recovery between trainings, work on your nutrition deeply.
Okay. Is there a record for longest time lying on the couch? Maybe I'll take that one instead. Number 6. Heaviest mantle of bees. China's Ruan Liangming created some serious buzz when he appeared on the Italian show of Guinness World Records in 2014. And I mean literally, because he set out to beat the record for carrying the heaviest mantle of bees all over his body. In case you haven't heard, bee bearding is actually a practice being done worldwide, especially at agricultural shows. But Ruan, being the overachiever that he is, isn't content at wearing a bunch of bees on his face as per usual practice. He wants his whole body to be wrapped up by the stingers. So in May of 2014, with the help of 60 queen bees that will serve to attract as many bees to him as possible, Ruan stood in the middle of a patch of fake grass and acted like a human beehive. By the end of the attempt, he managed to cover himself in 140 pounds of bees. That's roughly 637,000 of the stinging insects. Wow, the queen bee would be so proud. Number 5. Longest free slacklining. If you're interviewing this dude for a job post, would you dare to hire him?
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Friedy Kühne. I'm a professional slackliner. But unfortunately, right now, I'm quite jobless because of the corona crisis. So I'm looking for a job, and I would really, really love it if you hire me for your company.
Come on, he's balancing from 400 meters up. That's gotta count for something, right? Besides, he said he's a slackliner, not a slacker.
You're eating potato chips.
Slacklining is quite similar to tightrope walking. The only difference is in the tautness of the wire. As the name suggests, the slack line is looser and the walker's body adds tension to it. And German slackliner Friedy Kühne currently holds the record for the longest free solo highline. So, just how long and how high are we talking about? No big deal. He just managed to walk a distance of 110 meters while suspended 200 meters above the ground without a harness. He achieved the sky-high feat in September of 2017 at the Verdun Gorge in France. But walking isn't the only thing he can do on a slackline. Here he is dancing, eating tamales, and dancing the Macarena while suspended midair. Number 4. Highest hoop. I have one word for this next world record. Amuse balls. Watch closely as this Aussie pulls off the impossible. Wait, what? Did he just sink that ball from a freaking cliff? Now, how many points is that worth? From doing trick shots in his backyard, Derek Heron and his squad from How Ridiculous Australia took things to the next level by shooting hoops from the highest places like this Swiss dam. But in 2018, Derek and his crew headed to Maletsunyane Falls in Lesotho, Africa to attempt the most epic free throw. They spent 8 hours a day for 6 days throwing shots, and this didn't include the long hours of hiking back and forth from the waterfall. But all the hard work paid off when Derek successfully scored a basket from a height of 660 feet, 10 inches.
We've been up at 5 a.m. We have to hike for an hour to come down here. The balls have been hiked up several times a day. Monumental effort.
Now draft this bloke into the NBA already. Kobe. Number 3. Longest distance run on fire. British man Anthony Britton isn't the fastest man in the world by a long shot.
I can go faster.
But he's got a trick up his sleeve that I bet not even Usain Bolt can pull off. Sprint with his pants on fire! In October 2017, the Human Torch wannabe got the Guinness judges all fired up when he achieved both the fastest 100-meter sprint and the longest distance run with his whole body engulfed in flames. He finished his 100-meter sprint in only 24.58 seconds. Then he continued to run for a total of 670 feet to secure the second title. Now that stunt is totally lit! Number 2. Highest cliff jump. These days, one gadget has become a must-have in any daredevil's arsenal. A GoPro cam! Because there's nothing like capturing feats of human ability straight from a stuntman's POV. In August of 2015, armed with his trusty GoPro, Lazzaro Schaller launched himself from the diving board sitting on top of the Cascata del Salto in Switzerland. The record-breaking jump was achieved from a height of 192 feet, which, for perspective, is even higher than the Leaning Tower of Pisa. That action cam footage alone triggered my vertigo. On the day of the jump, 6 tanks were in the pool to aerate the water and soften his landing. After the dive, he slightly injured his leg and hip, but he walked away with his head held high. Before we go to our number 1 pick, do us a solid and make sure to smash the subscribe button and hit the notification bell. Don't forget to choose all so you won't miss out on any of our latest life-changing boredom-busting content. And of course, be sure to turn on notifications in your app's settings. Number 1. Free fall from space. Can you even imagine plunging literally from the edge of space at a height of almost 136,000 feet and landing down to Earth with nothing but a parachute? Google engineer Alan Eustace can tell you exactly what that feels like.
There's no feeling at all. I mean, you really feel weightless. You are weightless in that sense, and there's no feeling. There's no, I mean, it is as if you're floating in space. There's no sensation of even falling.
Well, that's rather anticlimactic. But still, jumping off from the stratosphere? That must be one of the most exhilarating human experiences ever. On October 24, 2014, Eustace performed the highest human freefall wearing just a helmet, a spacesuit, and a life-saving parachute for the final 10,000 feet. The official altitude was 135,890 feet, and Eustace reached a maximum speed of more than 1,300 kilometers per hour. The jump smashed the earlier record set by Felix Baumgartner in 2012. Wait, what? 2 people did it already? It's really a strange world we live in. So, which of these insane records blew you away? Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Take home any of our exclusive gear by browsing our merch shelf or clicking the link in the video description. And while you're at it, take our quiz to find out how you can earn extra cash online doing what you do best. Awesome, right? Sadly, some world record attempts ended in tragedy. So before you get any crazy ideas, make sure to check out our countdown of the 10 world records that went horribly wrong. Till then, stay a winner, Factnatics, and see you in the next video.